You're gonna figure it out in your dreams. Good night, Owen Théo.
Hi, guys. I'm arguing with my landlord right now because she's upset that I added a bidet. But I can't wipe! Sorry. It's just too much fucking time. It takes up too much time. Do you have to wipe even if you install a bidet? You probably should still. Okay, this is too personal. This is absolutely crazy. I still wipe, you guys. Okay, we have two very special guests on this podcast from a movie that I absolutely loved. I became obsessed with this film. I watched it and I was like, okay, wait, I need to talk to them. It's called Lurker. It's with Archie Madekwe and Théo Pellerin, two brilliant actors. The film was about like a parasocial relationship that then becomes stalker, which is something I'm actually going through right now. No one's stalking me. I'm stalking Sabrina Carpenter. So that's been fun. Hey, Sab Carp. Hope you're doing well. I know you are because I check. No, I'm joking. That's really scary. And that's what this film was about. It's the perils and the dark, deep, sad scariness of what that relationship looks like, which is something that we all no one should do. Unless it's me and Sabrina Carpenter. Okay, anyways, I just wanted to introduce these two and tell you that, yes, I'm in a different area. I'm not going to be doing it from bed. We kind of had a FaceTime. We FaceTimed ultimately, me and the cast. I was in New York, so I shot it there. And I don't know where they were, but they were somewhere else. Anyways, the next clip is just a FaceTime between me and these two wonderful actors. You have to see Lurker. It's amazing. I don't know where it will stream, but they'll tell you that, hopefully. And if they don't, I'll put it at the end of the episode. I love you guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks. Okay, bye. Hi, you guys.
How are you?
Wait, I have to introduce you. Do you guys know what this is? This is my podcast.
Do
you guys know what this is?
I know what this is.
Yes.
I know what this is. Obviously, I listen to your podcast.
You don't have to say that if you don't want.
Well, I do.
Okay, you're a liar. You guys,
I thought we were going to be in bed. I thought we were going to have the whole thing.
Yeah, I thought we were going to be in bed too, but I'm in New York. Where are you guys?
We just came from New York. What the hell?
You could have been in bed together there.
Could have been, and yet.
What do you go by Theodore or Théo? What do you like? What do you like?
Theodore. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, well, I just have to announce I'm recording separately, so ultimately I do have to say we have Archie and Theodore on the fucking podcast. Yes! You guys, I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you for doing this with me. I loved your film.
Oh,
yay.
thanks.
Thank you.
It was fucking amazing. It was great. Did you guys have a lot of fun making it?
We did.
We had, I thought we did until
I know what you're gonna say.
Until
It's
recently,
not
I was like, someone said like, "Oh, what was your chemistry like?" And I was like, "We instantly got on. We had so much fun." And then Théo was like, "I saw Théo make a face." I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Well, I don't think we instantly got on. I think it like took like a couple of weeks." I was like, "Wait, what?" I thought that it was instant bond.
I'm dead.
That's not exactly true. I said it's true that we got on immediately, but before we became like really close, it wasn't like an instant.
You said it was like 4 weeks or something.
Yeah, that's great time for me. That's like very, very decent.
No, I really thought it was like an immediate
by the
thing.
way, this is kind of iconic. You guys fighting on my podcast. I want this. This is what I want. Wait, question. So, do you take a long time to warm up to Archie? You warm up to people very fast. Archie and I ultimately we met at a play.
Yes.
Archie, do you remember?
We did. I do. It was Kaya's play in LA.
We met at Kaya Gerber's Humble Brag play in LA that we went to. She was so fantastic in. We met there outside. We instantly got on, but you get on with people very fast.
I think I'm just a warm person. I don't necessarily think that I like people instantly, although I did like you.
But you're great at making people feel liked and welcome. Like you're very.
I think that's just a product of being bullied, and so
I was bullied and I'm terrible at it.
Well, yeah, but it's just manifested in you differently. I'm just like, I never want somebody to feel like unwelcome, and so or not, or I don't know, or awkward in an interaction, and so I just make sure that they feel comfortable.
What were you both bullied for?
Oh, I went to an all boys rugby school, and I was doing acting, singing, and dancing, so I was easy target.
I had long hair, glasses, and I
How long?
Very long, like up to my shoulders.
What,
No
that's
way.
crazy.
Yeah.
I love that. Do you have pics?
Yeah, and I'm not sending them to you. But
Shit.
yeah.
Wait, I'm not like anybody who's interviewed you guys in the last, like I've been in your position and it's very formal interviews and all of a sudden I'm here like in sweats.
I love that. By the way, question: Are we? I'm now mimicking you. Question: Are we? Is this videoed or is this just audio? Will this be on the YouTube?
My love, this is video.
Wow. Okay. So just lock in and just remember that. All right. Okay.
Just lock in.
Just lock
You have
in
to
and
lock
remember that.
in, baby.
Okay. Cool.
Wait. Okay. So what you were gonna say something?
Well, I just want to
Theo.
go back to what you were saying. I think that when people are very charismatic and charming and warm like you, I immediately have a thing of like, this is something that is given to everyone because you're just like, that's just your personality. So are we really connecting, or are you just kind of a very, very charming person? So after like getting through that, at some point I'm like, oh, this is our friendship, and I feel like I can actually connect with you.
Yeah, because what I will say is, when my spirit doesn't take, my spirit doesn't take, and that is very. And like, if I realize that me and someone don't get on pretty quick, then I won't fake that. I won't pretend to get on with someone that I know that there is no kind of. If there's not a vibe, there's not a vibe. A vibe's a vibe. So there is. I'll never be mean to someone, but I'm not faking it.
No, for sure.
I'm a friend slut, serial friend slut. So I get what you're saying, Theo,
You're
which is like
instantly warm.
Wait, what does that
you're
mean?
instantly warm.
it's like I'm a friend
love
collector.
friends.
It's like I love making a friend. Just
Sweet.
a random person on the street. Okay, inviting them to dinner. I love that vibe. So
I
you
love
would
that.
hate me if we met because you would think it's not special.
No,
But it
I would
is.
love that. I feel like sometimes I just can't do that. I don't have
Yeah.
the ability to do that.
But you can. I think maybe it's more tiring to you.
I can for like 2 hours and then
Yeah.
I shut down.
Then you need a nap.
Yeah, and then I need a nap.
You need a nap. Yeah.
I feel like you're instantly warm. I feel like all of us. Why are we? We're all instantly warm.
We're all warm peeps. We're all warm.
We're all
friends.
warm. Okay, wait. Where'd you film this movie?
LA.
Yeah.
By the way, I knew that. I just
You knew
wanted you to say
that?
it. So because you filmed 2 blocks from my house,
Well,
Really?
you literally know the location. You're
Uh-huh.
the
which
question.
is something that really triggered me, knowing that kind of people who Theo, we just met, but Archie, and I would have loved you, Theo, had I known you before, but people that I loved were 2 blocks away and didn't like say hi or check in or, you know.
I'm sorry about that. I don't actually think
No,
we knew
it's
each other
okay.
at the time. If there's any consolidation.
Yeah, we didn't. You're right.
What does that mean?
Consolidation?
Consolation?
Is that not the
Consolation.
same?
Consolidate means.
Oh my
something
god!
else.
Yeah, any consolation? Okay, not the English second language speaker correcting me. My bad. Yeah, you're
Where-
right. Any
wh-
consolation? Yeah.
What's your first language? French?
French, yeah.
We-
We.
Wait, so this interview is derailing already. I went to France recently and I learned that people say ouais instead of oui.
Yeah.
We're.
That's what you learned?
Cool. Yeah,
That's
that's
great.
what I
That's
learned.
the lesson.
That's the
thought that was
lesson.
more
I mean,
lesson
it's
than that.
very similar to saying yeah instead of yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of French people they'll literally like be walking. I'll be telling them my order and they'll already be halfway across the room, not even listening, being like, wait.
Yeah.
And like leaving,
Very French.
you know,
Very, very French.
which was interesting. I
Well-
thought they were shooting me away, but
He is
really they're just,
Quebecois, so he's got an extra little flair to
An
it.
extra little spice in there, yeah.
wait, what does that mean?
Oh, it means that I'm French Canadian, so my real accent is not like this is not my real accent. This is my real accent. It's like very like Denis Villeneuve talks like this. You know, it's a bit rough.
Bit rough.
I'm so confused. Are you putting that on right now? No,
I have to put it on because I learned English with like a dialect coach, and so this
When
is
he-
my English.
When he was 18, not like only a few years ago. He's only been
Well,
speaking
10 years ago, but yeah.
That's only a few years to be speaking
that's
English.
a day ago.
Truly.
18.
That was
Also, I
like
feel
that.
like when you're 18, like it's like learning piano. It's like if you're 18 learning piano, it's going to be way harder than when you're 2 learning piano. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, exactly, completely.
Yes, but I've been exposed to English. It's not like it's a new sound that's coming to my ears. You know, English has been everywhere for a long time, so it's part of everyone a little bit.
I love a French accent. I
Yeah,
really wish I
same.
had one. I sound like I'm like
Wait, let's hear
Can
it.
you
part
do
of the
it?
Kardashian clan.
Go on, we
What?
need it.
What'd
Can
you
you
say?
do a
We
French
need the
accent?
French accent.
Can I do one?
No,
Yeah.
right now, we need it.
You kind of did it when you said, wait.
Absolutely not.
Go on, just give us a couple of
my
questions.
love,
One question.
I took French for one semester in high school and they kicked me out of that shit. They said, you're so bad at this. I'm horrible at French.
You can't just do.
I sound like a Valley girl.
You're
What?
a Valley girl.
I'm a Valley girl.
Did you grow up in LA?
I'm from LA. I grew up here.
Wow, born
There.
and raised.
Okay, can we just talk about this film for a second?
Sorry, we should. Yeah.
So, how did you guys get involved with this film? Tell me the beginning. Tell me, was there an audition process? Did you read the script and you were like, I need to do this? How did it start?
Yeah, I mean, I auditioned in 2021, so like a long time ago.
Jesus
I auditioned
Christ.
3 years before we shot it, and then I taped and then met Alex on Zoom. Loved the script. Thought it was so fun, so good, so crazy, and then yeah, it took a long while to make it work, like a lot of indie movies. And then Archie came on.
Years later, so I
yeah.
auditioned for his part, and like way back when, at the same time, it was a very rare occasion where I was like, I killed that tape. I nailed that tape. Getting texts from my team being
Totally.
like, Lurker tape looking good. I was like, thanks guys, I really put the work in. Crickets. Didn't hear a thing, and it went to Théo and went away. Years pass. I'm in New York, and then I get a call from agent saying Alex Russell wants to meet you for Lurker. I already thought that film had been made. I was like, didn't that happen? No, it didn't. Went through a different couple worlds for a second, and now he wants to meet you to play Oliver. You know, it was hard for me to get my head around that because I'd attached myself in my mind and I could see it through the lens of Matthew, but it was still exciting and scary and felt like an interesting thing. So I hung out with Alex. We went for a little lunch in New York. He was like, I don't really know how this works, but like, I guess I want you to do the movie.
I'm
like,
actually dead. You think it's going to be this romantic thing where it's going to be like fireworks or
yeah,
suddenly,
he's like, do you want to do it? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, okay, maybe we should like all like hang out in Paris and see if we get on. And then I guess that it'll be pretty obvious if we don't. And I was like, okay, let's do that then. And so then we were going to Paris. The day before that, Alex came to London when we went for dinner. In that meeting, we had this crazy bonding experience where we found someone's phone on the street and we reunited the person with their phone. Took us like 2 hours. We were like going on this mission like around
How
London.
did you find the person, love?
We used Siri and said, call mum. And we said, and then we called that person's mum. And then we said, hey, we found whoever's your child's phone. Can you call them, whoever, if they're with someone, and let them know that we're in Leicester Square, blah, blah, blah. We had this whole kind of wild goose chase, but we were able to reunite them. And then we went to Paris. We met in Paris. We hung out. We bonded.
What did you guys do your first meet?
We played Fortnite.
We played Fortnite, which is so random.
You guys, that's so sweet.
Well, we started by doing like some scenes, and then we kind of hung out a little bit, and then we went to my apartment, and Alex was just like, was so happy because it was like he had found an Oliver that he loved, and we were also we were bonding immediately, like right from
yeah. Well, that's what I thought. I thought we were bonding, but I took
we were. It was going great.
And then I remember Alex screamed out of nowhere, okay, guys, let's make a movie. And I thought, okay, I guess that means we're doing it now.
Sorry, I'm still just stuck on this Fortnite thing. You guys talking about your beautiful film and all I can think about is Fortnite.
Yeah.
Okay, that was random.
Yeah.
No, but why you guys play Fortnite? Like let's actually talk about that.
Let's talk about that.
Well, I was shooting in Paris for a long time, and so I bought a PS5 to play Fortnite, and I was obsessed with it, very addicted, and so I brought the boys back home and I forced them to watch me play.
And then played with him, and I was like, oh, this is actually...
Well, you had been playing before.
I played when it first came out,
yeah.
And then I hadn't played in years, and then I was like, oh, this is actually fun.
I only played like Super Smash Brothers.
Animal Crossing? I mean? Did you do Animal Crossing?
Of course,
yeah,
Archie, I'm gay.
That was sweet, of course. But then every now and then I'd like zone out of my body and be like, what am I doing? I'm just like picking fruit and I'm like walking around for hours. This is crazy.
Totally. I think it was really therapeutic for me. You felt like you had a life. You know what I mean? Playing Animal Crossing, you were like, wow, I'm helping someone. But really you were sitting at home doing nothing.
A rodent in a field.
Yeah, you were rotting. You were ultimately rotting. Okay, tell me about your characters. What's so funny is that Oliver And Oliver, I see at every single party
Of course.
that I go to in LA. Every single. So I'm wondering, who have you guys met your Oliver in life?
Well, I mean, agree. I'm the same, which is part of the thing that I was so interested in, and I was just I find that oftentimes the Olivers that I know aren't even conscious that they are those types of people. They don't know
Totally.
that they are doing that, and also it's often circumstance or the people around them that enable it. You know, that there's not
Yeah.
many times that people tell people like that, hey, you're being a dick, you're acting out of line, or I don't like the way you're behaving. Oftentimes that behavior is enabled. And I was just so curious about the circumstances in which a person is allowed to become that person, because it's oftentimes just a lot of being surrounded by yes people, or a lot of like buying into the hype that you read about yourself online, and or spending too much time on your own in hotel rooms, traveling, etc., and not really being around good friends, being around a lot of people that pay.
Yeah.
Your friends being people that you employ and pay, and then all of a sudden you're thrown into a party with real people and you have no real social skills anymore. And I remember a lot of people, someone telling me you freeze the age you become famous. And I remember thinking that was, I always find that very interesting. A lot of people that I know that reach like superstardom are so immature in their interactions. And do you not find that?
Yeah.
You smiled at me in a really
Wait, yeah, you were
No,
like,
I just
I cannot
thought it was
believe
funny
you're
because
saying that.
Something to say about it.
if the superstar that are your friends are hearing this and you're like, you're very immature, I just think,
No, I'm not talking about, like, I don't really necessarily know that I have loads of superstar friends that I'm talking about in this way. Nor do I think that Oliver, by the way, is a superstar. But there is definitely and it's also, this is not a formula that exists. It's case by case. But like, you know, there's obviously ways of getting around that, being surrounded by good people, being like, you know, having a good upbringing, all of those things. But that's not often the case for people. And so
Totally.
yeah, I've met so many of those people. I'm not going to name and shame them, but I know that you know a lot of those people too. And I was just so
course.
curious as to, yeah, how one becomes that. What
but you
about
don't think that they're kind of create those dynamics with people and make them kind of work for them and make themselves at the center?
Sure, yes, there
Yeah.
is definitely a version of that. Yeah, but I also think that it's, for a lot of people, you have a taste of the thing where you're just naturally at the center. You have a hit song, you're in a
Yeah.
film that does well,
Yeah.
and then it goes because of this like one
Yeah.
in, one out culture that we have. But oftentimes people, they learn those skills
Yeah.
of like putting people in the center, making people run around, and it's then just a desperate grasp for continuing to feel that feeling.
Yeah.
And trying to keep that feeling alive. I
Yeah.
think that if you are just wanting to create those dynamics, I think that you have to have had honest versions, real versions of it, in order to keep trying to create artificial versions of it. Often, or at least in the version that we're creating.
You said something
Exploring
so
that
interesting like a few weeks ago when we did an interview together, and I just thought it was so enlightening on a lot of people that I've met, and was like, oh, how is that like working for them? Where you said that Oliver was kind of creating those. I love the way you said it. I think it was creating these very tight knots of relationship with everyone, kind of these like secret relationship with everyone, so that the knot is then stronger, so that it's more difficult to untie, so that there's not the possibility of abandonment is lesser, right?
Yeah.
And I thought it was so such a very clear image, and just fascinating, because I feel like I've met people who aren't necessarily famous or stars, but are kind of creating those circles around themselves, and very agile in that way of like of creating these precious links, but everybody has them with them. And I think it's so fascinating. I'm always curious about these people, because I really don't have that energy or ability or desire, but I think you really like put it in very understandable image.
Yeah, well, it's the line in the film, you know, I guess that means you're my best friend. And actually, in that moment, it feels so earnest. But the reality is, he's probably said that to a
100
couple of
people.
people in the last few months.
course.
I guess we're like best friends. And
Well, do you think that's narcissism, or do you think that's insecurity?
I think it's both.
Yeah.
I think it's both, for sure. I think it's both. I think the insecurity is what is this image that that Théo was just explaining is, you know, I at my lowest, none of these people like me, or they all
Yeah.
think I'm a fraud. And you tie these little knots of like, oh, I'm going to create a really tight relationship with you because me and you, we have a secret that no one else understands. You get me,
Yeah.
you get me. You keep going, you move around the circle, you create these little secrets that so everybody feels tethered to you in some way. So it feels harder for them to then leave you eventually. And
Yeah.
Oliver's downfall is everyone starts to see through it. Everyone
Yeah.
starts realizing just make yourself useful and you'll be good. Like, but we're seeing it through Matthew's eyes, through the person experiencing it for the very first time.
What do you relate to most about your characters in this? I feel like I was so scared to watch it because I was like, am I Oliver? I was so afraid. I was like, oh God.
Do you think you're Oliver?
No, not at all. But I love a compliment.
Yeah.
It makes me feel so good. I do. I love it. So I was like, oh shit. Also, what you guys have done so brilliantly, and Alex, congratulations to him as well. You guys have like, it's not just about the fame that Matthew's obsessed with. Like it's at a certain point, it's infatuation. It's just obsession that takes over. It's not just because this person is who he is. It's just, do you get what I'm saying? Like it started with that, and then it could really, once you become obsessed, you become obsessed. You know, like it could be. It's a love interest of sorts. You know.
Yeah, totally. I think it's like really. He just really wants to make a friend.
Yeah,
I think there's like hearing the music of someone and feeling like you're being talked to directly, having a sense of intimacy with someone I think that it's also the feeling of like, if I met this artist, it would be like so clear that we share something. Like you feel like they're talking to you. Like this is, and they would see that if I met them, like they would see that I'm also special. Like
he gets it.
I get you. So I think that the kind of sense of intimacy must come from that, and then the real desire to fit in and be part of a group, you know, be part of a friend group and have connections and just alleviate some of his loneliness, I guess. Yeah.
Alex said that really interesting thing that was like he doesn't like going to concerts because other people are singing along the lyrics that he thought like he had the special relationship to.
My God.
And he's like, why do the
100%.
rest of you know these words?
Yeah.
Like this is between me and this person.
Yeah.
No, it's not between any of you guys.
100%.
And everybody else is screaming it, like looking at the artist, and it means something to them too. So it takes away that personal relationship. I think that's what a lot of those parasocial relationships are built on. That connection. This is between me and you.
Yeah.
Only we get it together. But the artist doesn't know who you are.
100%. The Eras tour was the saddest tour of my life because I was like, wait, 50,000 people know this? I was like, what the hell? 100%. It's parasocial relationships are really scary, but it's also, I feel like I've not been the Oliver, but I've definitely been the Matthew. I haven't like stalked someone. I've not done that, but I've definitely been like obsessed with people to the point of
Really
like looking them up and being like, what's their life like? Maybe I'm like outing myself right now as a stalker.
No, but I think that it's surprising. So many people are relating to it and this feeling.
Yeah.
You're not alone in that. There are a lot of people like, am I Matthew? I've definitely been a Matthew. Like my shame thought is that I'm Matthew. So I think there are definitely, and we also do it not just in parasocial dynamics, but also in friendships. You know, you meet someone at school and you're like, you imagine a version of a friendship with that person. You meet someone at work and you're like, oh, me and that person are going to really get on. I can feel it. You imagine a world or a life in which you endow them with all these qualities in which you think that you're going to get on. It's often, that insecurity is often about things that we're trying to fill and less about who the person is. And that's why these relationships often end up in resentment or disappointment and the ultimate disappointment, because you can never fulfill this made up version of the thing
of
that exists in just your head.
Yeah. Are you guys hopeless romantics? What's your vibe?
What does that mean?
I'm not a hopeless romantic. Like a hopeless romantic. I don't think. Speak to yourself.
Do you sit at a coffee shop, look across the way, see somebody absolutely stunning, beautiful, whatever, and like, are like, I'm building a life with this person?
Oh, like you start very quickly, like to
like
yes, I think so. Yeah, but I also have that with friendship sometimes. I do feel like I'm quite romantic with in friendships. Like I don't love having a lot of friends, but the friends that I have, I feel like I'm in love with them, and I love loving them. I love loving my friends and feeling like I just think they're great. But I it is
Yeah.
close to like a love relationship, and I think I love when it feels like there is romance around that too. Like it's special. The moments are special. The when you meet again, it's special. Like it needs to feel like there's a bit of a story there, and like there's something unique in the connection.
I also would
So
say
are
that
you
I'm a very something that I struggle with is I enjoy intimacy in friendships, relationships, and I think that's often gotten me in trouble. People often think that I am like in love with them, or
Right.
I'm like attracted
Flirting.
to them, or flirting with them. But actually, I just enjoy like quite intense like relationships or friendships in general. But that isn't necessary, or not necessarily intense. Maybe that's the wrong word, but just intimate. I don't enjoy. I don't know. I've just found that to be the case a lot, in which my style of friendship is often miscommunicated as attraction. And I'm like,
Archie,
no.
I never thought you were hitting on me, and I'm so upset now. I'm so
Good,
rude.
because I'm glad. This was platonic friendship, love vibes always, and that's all I'm trying to put out. I'm not trying to break hearts.
So rude. Okay, wait. Theo, do you think, are you in love with a lot of your friends? Does it ever get to that in your head?
No, it doesn't. No, I'm never like, oh, is this love? I'm always like,
You have
I'm just
that
like-
a couple of times though, not to speak about. We've spoken about that before. About
Oh my God, obsessed. Just say it out loud. Run in your dreams. God damn it.
No, but I mean, yeah, no, that's different, I guess. But I've had my closest friend, my best friend from like
I'm your best friend. Yeah.
what?
Sorry, I was agreeing with your story.
Okay,
I
okay.
remember. I know what you're gonna say.
That I met when I was like 15. Like she changed
Yeah.
my life. Like I love her, and I don't. It's not like my sister, and it's not like my friend. It's like it's a love story that is in continuity throughout my life. Like I love her, and I love loving someone. It's great. It's great. But I don't think it ever goes to a place where I'm
Have you
really
guys-
doubting. Is this should this become like a love
Sexual.
or, a romance, a real romance? I just love feeling like there is romance in the friendship, I guess.
I start out sexual with most
Really? And then you rein it back.
and then I have to rate it back
you're
ultimately.
in it.
No,
Really?
I do. I love like flirting. So most of my interactions are very flirty to the point of like, oh God, I just created something really bad. And then I have to be like, wait, I'm not gonna have sex with you ultimately.
Yeah.
That's one for the therapist.
Yeah, my therapist ghosted me, so that's not gonna be the case.
Oh
therapist
no,
what?
ghosted you?
Are you in therapy?
I'm looking.
I just started with a new therapist. Well, I'm now looking for a new therapist. I started with a new therapist, and she absolutely tore me to shreds. And everybody in my life really was like telling me, really intent, like it was just like this thing about your dad and this thing about this person. And by the way, you thought that person was good for you? You're wrong. This thing about that person. It was so crazy, the things she was saying. We were talking about it in another interview, and she said to me, no context really, actually, about what I said. She said, Archie, you're an actor. You're not a rock star. And by the way, you're never going to be a rock star. I was like, okay, that's fine. Yeah, maybe you're right about that. Yeah, you're right.
Can
I'm
I
not
be
a rock
honest?
star.
I need to see that therapist. She's gonna be amazing for me. She's gonna be awesome.
It was hilarious. But
Wait, Theo, you're looking?
I'm looking for a therapist. You know who I want? I want Orna.
don't we all couples therapy?
My love, we
want-
would all love Orna. Wake up.
I
It's
know.
not gonna happen.
I emailed her. I did try. She was my friend's therapist. I don't want to be on the show, but I do.
Yeah.
I know, for sure.
But I love the show deeply, and I just think that she is what I'm looking for in a therapist.
Yeah,
really.
she's great.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
her energy.
Someone who's famous on screen. No, I'm
basically.
joking.
yeah, basically.
We were watching it right before shooting Lurker. Actually, I would go. That's how we hung out. Like we started hanging out.
He'd come around, we order Thai food and watch couples therapy together.
I love that. That's
Yeah, it was
so
sweet.
sweet and dark and twisted. I love that.
Why?
Why
No.
dark and twisted?
It's just like hilarious to be making a film about ultimately somebody who's
Well, actually, yeah. I
obsession?
wonder Oliver and Matthew's couples therapy would be very interesting. You know, I did
Yeah,
that
it
once.
feels like you're prepping for something. It feels like you're prepping to be on, which Oliver and Matthew should be on it.
Oh,
to be
yeah.
I
honest.
did that once. A director made me do that. I had
true.
therapy in character. For a play with Susie Orbach, who was Diana's therapist. We would have therapy sessions in character. She actually has a great podcast called In Therapy, where she does that. She creates characters and puts them through therapy sessions.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's interesting.
Did you like it as an actor?
I loved it.
Yeah.
Actually, it was kind of amazing because it's just like one long improv, really. But you're just things she's
Totally.
asking probing questions about your childhood or this thing, and things are coming up. You're just saying things in the moment, and anything that's not helpful to you, you throw away, or anything you're like, oh, I said that, but I don't want it. But then things come up that maybe you might have done in backstory for yourself that you're like, that was incredible, and that just came up for me, and now I'm keeping that. It was so cool.
Are you both big improvers?
Not in the way that you guys do in America. Like, it's a sport in America. You guys are like tagging in and like doing this whole thing. That I'm not sure about all of that, but in a scene, it often sometimes calls for it. And so, yeah, if a world is, I don't know, if you know your character well enough, then it feels pretty easy. I feel like we improvised quite a lot in this film.
Yeah, I think so. It is fun, I guess, when you get to feel like you know enough about them. I think it's also a dynamic thing with the other actor. I think it depends.
Yeah.
I wouldn't love like improvising by myself. I think it's something about the exchange that's happening, and it's only because you have someone in front of you and the relationship is clear that you can. And also, what I like sometimes is that the kind of personal dynamics emerge a little bit in the improv, and even in the acting. I feel like it's always good to use a little bit of the real dynamic and to accept it. You know, I think film is also about accepting the reality of what's there because it's all about spontaneity. And I think that sometimes it's fun to play with that and accept it and then go with it a little bit.
A lot of the the ending of the recording studio scene in Lurker was improvised, because that scene wasn't written to be like the emotional climax. And I can't remember where it ended in the script, but Matthew sitting in, me starting to sing, like all of that stuff wasn't in the script. That just kind of happened. It becoming really emotional, all of these things, him calling me sweet boy, all of that stuff wasn't in the script. It was one of those things that it just happened, but because we knew our characters,
it's our real dynamic.
It's our real dynamic. He thinks I'm a sweet boy, and he's right about that.
The only way I can act is if I bring myself to the role, because I can't act any other way. Ultimately, okay.
That's
how
not
are ya?
true. You'll
No,
find
it is. So do you feel like you brought yourself to these roles, or do you feel like you brought someone in your life to who'd you draw inspiration from?
How can you connect with a character if you don't feel like it's becoming a version of you or something?
Totally.
But I don't know about inspirations. I don't think to me it's rare that I'm like, this is an inspiration. Clearly, it's often just from the writing, when the writing is great, that you're like, oh, this is what it should be. And then I don't know. Yeah, to me it was like a lot of bringing back to like elementary school when you're trying to make friends, and sometimes you're the friend and sometimes you're not, and then kind of the dynamic is changing all the time, and just really trying to fit in is sort of at the base of who Matthew is at the beginning of the film. And then I don't know what my inspirations were. I think it's just in the script.
Yeah. For me, it was less about like, again, who he becomes. I think what Théo said, you're right in which you can only start from like yourself, because that's the only person you like intimately know that you build or take away from all of those things. But when this world was so alien to me, playing a musician, and so I was watching lots of like behind the scenes stuff, or like, you know, people like the people that people can imagine, Dom Fike, Omar Apollo, Steve Lacy, Brockhampton, like all of those musicians were the people that I was kind of looking at and thinking about. Rex Orange County was a big help to me. He spent a lot of time with him, and he gifted us one of the, like, Love and Obsession. You know, that was a song that was supposed to be on his album that he was like, this just sounds like it should be in your movie, and now it feels like a character in the film, so which is crazy. But that wasn't trying to build a character. That was trying to understand the the very specific emotional state of being in isolation, so much as a musician, being on the road, having all of your friends be people that you pay, like all of those things that are very unique to musicians, because as an actor, you do your job and you go home and you continue your life. Your life
Yeah.
as a musician, all those people, they're the people that are with you 365 days of the year. Like that's kind of it. You are that person constantly. Some people try to create personas as a way of like a coping mechanism. Like, we laugh about Beyonce and Sasha Fierce, but I think that is a very real thing that almost feels like a therapy technique in order to be like, okay, that's that person. I park that, and now I go back and I become myself again. Because otherwise, when that line becomes blurry, I think that's when I think that's when it becomes a little bit dangerous.
Totally. By the way, 2 beautiful answers, literally gorgeous. I think there's something, I was in a television show called Adults, and when I
Which
did
we
that,
love.
I had to bring
Congrats.
myself to the role, and then ultimately I brought myself so much to the role that then it just felt like me. And then, but then I was like, you walk away from it and you're like, wait, that's not me. I just was, you're so in the character sometimes that you forget who ultimately
Totally.
you are, which is like not method at all, because you can go home and turn it off. But it also like, it's kudos to the writer and the director and everyone who actually, you have to have a good enough foundation to even do that, you know?
Sure. But
Okay,
I feel
wait.
like maybe it's more pronounced in TV because it's so long. So when you do
Yeah,
it
but
for
how long did this take to film?
5, 6
6
weeks.
weeks.
Yeah. But I feel like when you
You're
do
in and
TV
you're
for like a few
out.
seasons, it's it's
You were
different.
done.
Yeah,
You were
yeah.
done after
Like
a
I did a
month.
TV show for 4 years.
That's crazy.
And like that is such a long amount of time that after a while, you're not even, the way that you're like thinking about, for me anyway, the way that you're thinking about your character when you're on set of a film, or the moments that you're trying to put your headphones in and lock in, after 2.5 years, you're just walking on set and that there are so many, especially with TV, you often find yourself having to like fight for your character. You're saying like, he wouldn't say that. That's not the kind of thing that he'd
Wait,
say.
100%.
You're like, I'm losing a word. What's the word when you're
Consolidate.
shut the fuck up? It's anyway, you're I'll just say fighting for your character. You're fighting for your character's integrity because you feel like you have such a personal relationship with them now. You're like, I know this person because I am him at this point.
Yeah.
It's the word forgets me, but yeah. How long did you guys
Can
shoot?
I be honest? Wait, what?
How long were you guys shooting the dolls?
3 months.
3 months.
Too long, my love. Cut
was-
that shit out. Wait, okay. We need, this is in your dreams ultimately. So we're kind of a pop culture. I like bad pop culture things. So
Same.
what pop culture moment have you been thinking about recently? Has any like thing stuck in your head that you can't get out?
I love well, now it's so sad, it's so tragic, but like a lot of Wendy Williams, of course, was kind of, just kind
Oh my
of really
God,
stuck
of
with me.
course.
I want to see my phone because we're very similar in that. And then I would just have a little look at my history because what was the thing that I was just looking at? I'm really sitting with. Oh, first thing on my phone was In Your Dreams.
Well, of course.
Oh, I was going through a lot of Christina Aguilera's and Britney Spears's kind of like very clean pop star image to kind of the more like dirty ex-Dina. I was like, what was that transition? I was having a little look at that.
I love that. And now
then
your whole feed is
the other thing that I was really
Christina?
into last night was Gal Gadot, looking at compilation of some of Gal Gadot's line deliveries.
Love
When she's
that.
like, Kal-El, no. I was just
So fun.
I was watching a few of those. Yeah, that's been on my mind.
I'm in a rabbit hole. I've been in a rabbit hole. I can't get out of it. Of these, what are they called? They're like Disney adults, and they go to Disneyland.
Oh yeah. By the way,
And-
my stylist is one of those people, Harry Lambert. shout out.
No way.
Harry is obsessed with Disneyland.
Oh yeah.
Obsessed. He literally has a collab with Disney, has a deal with them. And we went and he gets like the VIP experience. He does the whole thing. You go to his house, he's watching tours of people walk around Disney.
What?
Like, yeah. He's obsessed.
Wow.
He's obsessed.
Is he in
Wait,
therapy?
that's fully me. I watched tours of people going through oh my God, today was so entertaining because Space Mountain was closed for renovations.
Wait, today? You're talking today?
Yes, I was watching a TikTok live of this person going through Disney and Space Mountain was literally closed for renovations and everyone was freaking out. I felt
because
bad.
everyone goes and think. But by the way, I recently went on that ride. Bad ride, I have to say. I'm sorry.
I feel actually sick.
Is
I just completely disassociate. I went to a different planet.
Okay, well then make a case for it. That was a bad ride. I felt sick. Also, by the way, it kind of feels budget now. Like I'm seeing like scaffolding as I'm going around. Like it just didn't.
I'm like I'm like sweating.
Well,
I'm
well,
freaking out.
This is listen.
Okay,
this is my
first
take.
of all, why are your eyes open? It's so fast. You have to close your eyes.
I didn't find it to be that fast. I really wanted to be like. I was like thinking about it as a kid, and I went only maybe last year. I was like, wow, I can't wait for the skin to be pulled off my face. And
I'm sweating.
You're like rolling through. It really did not feel.
I'm literally taking off my sweatshirt because I'm actually sweating thinking about this. Wait, can you just explain something to me? What? Yes, you do see scaffolding. Fine. It's not scaffolding. It's how you're held up.
I don't want to see that. I want to see the mountain of like being in the spaceship. I want no budget. That I want to see create the world a bit for me. Some of those rides in there, like they really do a great job. Cars. Now that is a job. Now that is a ride. Every minute you are immersed in that film. Space Mountain. I'm literally seeing people like hammering it together still.
Wait, what ride?
Cars.
What's that?
Cars, the ride from Cars, the movie. Cars? Am I saying that?
Oh,
Yeah, Cars.
car. Oh my God, your accent is so cute.
Cars. Sorry.
No. It's my fault. I don't know how to
You're like
process things.
Cars. What is that?
I thought maybe it was like Jaws' sister, Cars. Okay. So yeah, Cars. You loved Cars ride?
It's amazing.
So now I'm like, we are opposite girls, my love.
Wow.
Is that all in Disneyland or World or whatever?
There's Adventure World and Disneyland. The two. You don't think that's a good ride?
No, Cars is amazing. It's not fast or fun. It's just amazing to be in the
Hold
land
on.
of Cars.
Are you kidding? It literally is fast.
It's actually slow to the point of like, I could reach in, take my phone out, take a video, take a selfie.
The one where you're racing the other car?
You're not going that fast. I need you to go on, but it cuts to us at the ride, by the way. This episode.
That would be
I would
amazing.
love that. No, we're different girls, but you know what? I'm glad. That
Harry
means
Potter?
Am I a bottom?
That-
What did you say?
I
did you say,
said
baby?
Harry Potter the ride.
Oh. I thought you said, "Are you a bottom?" I was like, "Totally, I'll go there." I'm verse, and yeah, Harry Potter's fun. Yeah,
That's a great ride to me.
it's a great ride. It's the best ride.
It's the best.
It's a great ride, but you can see scaffolding in that.
Only if you're looking for it. I think if you lock in, you don't have to see it.
I just need to say, a bird just hit my window. A pigeon just hit my window and fell down.
Nice.
You guys, it's something I've never seen before in my life. Okay, sorry. What reality show would you be on if you could be on a reality show? Not couples therapy, please. Something else.
Because that's not reality.
You're right.
Traitors?
Yeah, fun.
Fun.
I love
Traitors,
that.
I would go on in a heartbeat. I go on
Yeah.
tomorrow if they asked. I
So
would.
fun.
Traitors, I would love. I would love to do that. I'm a games night boy, so I would be into that.
You are? Do you guys play game? Well, you played Fortnite, but are you guys like you play Celebrity, the game Celebrity?
I love. I feel like we've been. Have we not? Maybe not. I feel like maybe we've been at a celebrity night together, but maybe not. It was. I was up with Jordan, like a bunch of our mutual friends. I can't remember if you were there or not. Okay, maybe.
Nope. Another event that I wasn't invited to. Thanks for letting me know.
Sorry, I thought that you were there for some reason, but maybe not.
No one included me in that.
Well,
No,
maybe
I love a
that's-
game night.
That's not.
I love a game night too, but I am getting sick of there's 3 games that circulate. Like it's Celebrity, it's Mafia, and it's something else that I'm forgetting. But like I want another. Like we have to create a game. We need a new game.
I love Mafia.
I love
it.
Mafia, but that's Traitors.
Yeah,
And
Totally.
okay, well, how about this? We'll all get together next time we're in the safe city, and we'll come up with a really fun game.
So,
Monopoly
where do you
deal,
guys
I'm into.
live
by the way.
ultimately?
Hmm?
What, baby? What did you say?
I'm really into Monopoly deal right now.
Way too slow. Takes forever.
Monopoly deal. Now this is the quick card version.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Okay, we'll lock that in for next time, and it's gonna change your life.
Monopoly is one of. I used to keep a Monopoly board out at my house, and I would start it with my mom, and then be like, "This will take days," and just like keep coming back to it,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
days later. It's
No, I'm
so
talking. This
long.
is 10 minutes and you're done, if that.
How great! Where do you guys live in life?
I live in Montreal.
Do you love it there?
I do. I think it's very nice. Yeah.
There's the Essence store there. Have you been?
I have been there. It's pretty cool.
It has.
It's a very
I've
good-
never been, but I've seen it on TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah. Very
Very
nice.
good.
You love it? Are you a shopper?
No, not really. I'm not.
I hear you.
Okay.
I hear you. I absolutely hear you. I hear that and I can't relate to it, but that's great.
Yeah.
But
You're a chopper.
Big, yeah.
Do you get a little thrill from spending the money and getting the thing?
Yeah, and then I get a thrill from a text coming to my phone being like, "You are withdrawn." Love that. It's like iconic. It's like iconic.
But you do like
you
nice
guys-
things.
Oh yeah, love them. Love them. Love the nice
you,
things.
You do like nice clothes and things.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
You guys are both fashion boys.
Not really. He is.
Yes, you are.
No,
You
I go in and
literally
out.
are.
I go in and out. You said it the other day. You said half the time you're a fashion boy, and the half the time I don't know what you are.
Did I say that?
I'm dead at that.
It's
That's
literally
a
what he
crazy
texted
thing
me.
to say to someone.
Literally what he texted me with, and then he says something like a bit mean and fun like that, and then he'll send like, "But love you XX always." You know, like always with the XX to kind of put a bomb on it.
That was just kidding. But I
course.
do seal it with a
But
kiss.
what was that to, love? What text was that to? A picture of you sent him an outfit. He goes, "Half the time you're fashion boy, and half the time I don't know what this shit is."
No,
Well,
because
I think it was us, me asking.
you're worried to be overdressed tonight.
I was asking if he was dressing up tonight for our premiere. It's our premiere tonight for Lurk. I was saying, what are you wearing, just to make sure that like we're on the same page. And he was like, I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know, but it's fine. You're a fashion boy, so you do whatever you want. And I said, well, half the time you're a fashion boy, and then well, the other half, I don't know what you are.
So what are you wearing tonight?
I'm wearing custom Prada.
Oh,
I feel sick. What color?
It's like kind of like dark gray, blackish, and yellow with cowboy
Ooh,
boots.
I love that. Theo, what are you wearing?
a polo.
That's great. That's absolutely gorgeous, my love.
Thank you so much.
Is it white?
It has some white on it. Yeah.
How great. I can't wait to see it. And so many pics, love. Okay. Hey. Okay. Wait, I have to ask you guys a question. So I do this thing at the end of my podcast where I say, like, what's your big dream? What's your big dream for yourself, for society, for anything?
Well, I guess the real answer is like it'd be great if we don't fully fall into like a fascist regime all over the world. That'd be cool, I think. I would kind of like
That's
that.
an amazing dream.
Yeah.
That's a great dream. That kind of is that's the dream.
Literally.
That is the dream.
Yeah.
I'll lighten the mood, I guess, and say, I wish that Nando's came to the US. I wish that
My love, what is that?
Nando's.
I don't know
Well,
either.
guys,
Yeah.
it's
Fernando's?
I
I can't hear. What is this?
You want to listen to Alejandro?
is Nando's. So, Nando's is a chicken restaurant in the UK. Anytime someone from the US comes to the UK, is their first place. By the way, someone leaked Beyonce's bill at Nando's. It was like 10,000 or something, and she like bought it for everybody. People go crazy over, and it's kind of like it's in between a fast food restaurant and a real restaurant. It's it's peri chicken. Like you can get like peri fries, rice, broccoli. It's the best, delicious. Can be healthy if you want, can be unhealthy if you want, but it's the dream restaurant for me. Nando's, have a cheeky Nando's multiple times a week in London. And you guys are deprived of it. There is one in Washington, DC, and there are a couple in Canada.
Really?
And there's some in South Africa, but you guys don't have them in the States. I want you guys to have Nando's. I want that for me.
I want that. I want that so badly.
Yeah, you'd
What
love
the
that.
hell?
I can't believe you don't know what it is. That's crazy.
I don't know what that is.
My real dream isn't really that. It's the fascist thing. But
And my real dream isn't really the fascist thing, it's Nando's.
yeah.
Oh my God, you guys. sorry, but I flew Delta here. Okay. Humble brag. I flew Delta here and they had the most unbelievable Bloody Mary I've ever had in my entire life. It was the best thing. It was spicy. It had salt. It had pepper. It had celery. It was delish. So my dream is that that's not just on a Delta flight and we can have it right now.
We can have it right now. I'm not a Bloody Mary boy.
Yeah, I wasn't either. But the woman, this flight attendant was like, you have to try the Bloody Mary. And I was like, okay, fuck it. And then I tried it and it was the best thing I've ever had.
Wow.
I've got a question for Théo right now as a Canadian and also for you. I'm curious, have either of you ever tried a Caesars?
No.
It's a Canadian delicacy.
Is it?
What is that?
It's like a Bloody Mary kind of upgraded. It's clamato juice, clam juice with tomato they sometimes put hot sauce in it, Worcestershire sauce in it.
No.
They'll serve it with chicken wings in it. Like in the drink. This is a Canadian delicacy.
Really?
What is it called?
A Caesars. And I lived in Canada for a few years doing this TV show, and people be like, "Oh God, let's just go to Caesars. I'm craving one right now." 9 a.m, chicken wing in their drink.
Wait, by the way, you just did an impression of me.
I was being you. I was actually in my mind being my friend Nestor, but I was also being you at the same time.
I worked in Canada for this thing, and my friend who was Canadian was ordering a Caesars, and it came. I didn't really look at it, but it was white and creamy and disgusting, and I looked away from
Not
it.
the vibe. It's not.
I can't believe people drink that, but no shame and beautiful. Do whatever you want.
Beautiful.
Okay. Wait, you guys, we have to wrap up, but I need you guys to do me a favor.
Yeah.
At the end of my podcast, I have you guys look in the camera.
Yeah.
You say good night, I love you, because all the people who watch this go to sleep after. So will you just do that for me?
Of course. Which camera are we looking in? This one or this one? This one.
This one. Okay.
The main one. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Good night. I love you.
You're gonna figure it out in your dreams. Good night, Owen Théo.